Hey everybody, it's your girl Annette J. Morris, the owner of Go Getter LLC, and this week I am coming to you to discuss the subject matter of moms living a balanced life as bosses, as moms, just balancing the life that we live, right? The multifaceted life that we live. So getting balance in life as a multifaceted mom and boss, right? Why am I talking about this subject matter? Because I just got off the phone with one of my clients and had to revisit it with her, and we've been talking about this since the beginning of her and I working together. But I do know that life, essentially, it just happens, right? And stuff will throw us off gender, it'll throw us off balance, whatever it is. And then a lot of times we just don't realize, like, there is a need for us to get back on balance and reestablish balance in our lives so that we are able to be more productive in all the things, right? So there are 3 areas that I always encourage my clients, and most of my clients, probably about 90% of them, are moms and entrepreneurs, right? I service entrepreneurs, whether they're full-time entrepreneurs or part-time, but the majority of them, 90%, are moms, right? You must make time for self, you must make time for the business, and you must make time for the kids. And if you are married or have a significant other, that's a 4 must. But some of my, a lot of my clients are single moms, so I stress to them making time for these particular areas: self, for the business, and for the children, right? And time blocking is one of the strategies that I use and always encourage absolutely everybody to use when you are creating balance in your life, right? Balance doesn't look like equal balance. It's not like I'm gonna spend 30% of my time with the kids, 30% on business, 30% in whatever it is, right? That's an illusion. There's no such thing as equal balance, right? Simply because you're definitely going to spend more time in your business than you do with your kids. Why? Because the kids are at school most of the day, right? So they're at school 8 or 9 hours out of a day while you are spending 8 or 9 hours in your business if you're a full-time entrepreneur, right? So there's no such thing as equal balance. So let's remove the mom guilt that's associated with feeling like you need to spend the same amount of time with the kids as you spend in the business and all of that, right? So let's dispel that. That's not necessary to think that, because it's impossible to do it, right? And so making sure you spend adequate time in each segment, right? Adequate time on self-care. One of the problems is I recognize that a lot of moms that are entrepreneurs do not prioritize self-care, right? Self-care comes on the back end. I'm gonna do everything I have to do, and if I have time to take care of myself, then I will. If not, we roll over to the next thing. Nope, self-care should be prioritized. So that's why I started saying make time for self-care, because that should be your number one objective, right? To take care of self. What does self-care look like to you? It's really up to you, right? But what feels good to you? What does taking time out for yourself look like, right? Whether it's meditation, whether it's spa days. A lot of people say self-care is manicure, pedicures. Yeah, but on a very mediocre level, right? Literally something that's way more consistent than the time you spend going to get your feet and nails done, right? Mani and pedis, again, they are part of a self-care routine, but it's not as consistent as it should be. Why? Because you should be implementing a daily, consistent self-care routine. What does it look like? It looks like whatever you want it to look like, right? So I'll give you an example of mine. Either you can take some pointers away from this or create your own, whatever it is, right? I had to implement a daily consistent self-care routine because I was on the verge of burnout some years ago. And I realized how important it was, right? Because I wasn't prioritizing self-care either. Even as a therapist, you all know I'm a therapist, I was not prioritizing self-care. I was making sure everybody else was good and forgetting me. I didn't make it to my agenda. So when I started recognizing the signs of burnout in myself, I was like, listen, I have to do something quickly before I do burnout. So for me, self-care starts daily at 4 a.m., ends at 5:30. So from 4 a.m. to 5:30 a.m., an hour and a half, is my consistent self-care routine for me, right? So it starts off with prayer, scripture reading every day. It includes affirmations. It also includes meditation. It includes tapping exercises to lessen anxiety, right, to help me get through the day. Affirmations, I listen to something positive and I read, right? Most days I'll get up and do some stretching exercises, maybe some yoga, whatever it is, just depending on the days that I'm going to be exercising. So I'll implement that in as well early in the morning. And then after that, once my son get ready to go to school and, you know, he leaves the house, I leave the house, I'll go to the gym and do some cardio and whatever, right? So typically, again, as part of my self-care routine, I'll do some stretching, some other, you know, exercises or whatever, just minute exercises that I'll find on YouTube or on Fit In Fit On app, whatever it is, right? And then I go to the gym and do weights, lifting, cardio, treadmill, bike, whatever it is. And so that's my exercise routine after my hour and a half morning self-care routine, right? So figuring out what works for you. It may not work for you to wake up at 4 a.m. I completely understand, right? Because it's exceptionally early in the morning. And a lot of people, when I tell them, hey, I wake up at 4 a.m., they're like, for real? That is like way too early, right? So I hear that often. I understand if it's too early for you, don't wake up at 4 o'clock. But figure out a time of the day where you can block off and be not disturbed at all. And it's me time and what you want to do in that time frame. It may not be an hour and a half. 10 minutes may work for you. 30 minutes may work for you. Whatever works for you. Block out that time as me time, time that you are focusing only on you, not the kids. If you're married, not the spouse. If you're in a committed relationship, not the spouse, whatever it is. Not work, not anything, right? Uninterrupted time that solely focuses on you. Make time for it. It's mandatory, because if not, you're going to keep going and you're going to burn out and eventually stop going, right? So that's why I say, number one, make time for self-care. Number two, you're going to make time for the kids, right? Kids come before the business. You just want to figure out like how to incorporate them into your day, and not figure it out, just do it, right? But a lot of times we don't think in terms of ways that we can block time out for the kids and incorporate them in some things that we're already doing, right? So for instance, a lot of days I'll go work out with my son, right? Especially during the summer when he has more free time, XYZ. So as opposed to me going to the gym by myself, he loves to work out too, right? So I'm going to go to the gym with him, and that's us kind of blocking time, but also layering time, right? So I know I got to go to the gym. He want to go to the gym. We'll go to the gym together and work out together. That's still me benefiting myself, which is the exercising, and spending time with him, right? So in other words, like the old people used to say, I'm killing two birds with one stone. Me and my daughter work together every day or whatever, right? So we may go grab lunch sometime, you know, whatever it is, leave the office, go do something else. But it really just depends on how your days are working, and if you can layer it to include them in something that you're already doing, right? Even as far as if you're a full-time entrepreneur, bring them to the office and include them in something that you're doing in the business, right? So you spending time with them, you're teaching them some life lessons, but you're also, again, killing two birds with one stone, because you're probably completing a work task and spending quality time with them, or, you know, something of that nature or whatever, right? But all of it can't be infused in work. Let me just say that, right? You can't include them all in work. Sometimes you got to do something enjoyable. So family vacation, time off, go see them while they're playing the game, whatever it is, right? But making time for the kids. And remember, it's not about equal time, right? Because there's no such thing as equal balance and being able to distribute the time evenly amongst everything. So it's okay. Just make sure the time that you spend with them is quality time, right? It's quality over quantity. And then the last aspect is spending time in the business. So just make sure like you are scheduling things throughout your day. So I'll use, for example, like I have theme days that I do particular things. So for example, Mondays are my marketing days. So it's days that I'll create videos and create reels for Instagram, and, you know, videos for TikTok or videos for YouTube, whatever it is, right? So I try to utilize Monday as my marketing days to create those contents. So if I have to create courses, that's the days that I create content on, right? So I entitled it Marketing Mondays, which everybody do. It's no big deal, right? Tuesdays through Thursdays are my coaching days. So those are the days that I schedule all of my coaching clients. See them Tuesday to Thursday. So if I got to start at the beginning of the day and see clients straight to the end of the day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are my only days that are designated for coaching, right? Friday is technically my off day. I block it off the calendar so nobody can book an appointment with me, a consult, whatever it is. But then I'll go back and schedule some things. So like right now I'm recording for my television series. We schedule most of those on Fridays because that's my time that it's not conflicting with anything else. And if I have any other meetings that I want to take, I'll take those on Fridays as well, right? So I have control over the calendar because I have it blocked off and no one else can schedule themselves on Fridays. Typically Sundays are strategizing Sundays. So after, you know, praise in the morning, and the afternoons are my time to strategize for the entire week. And I try to just stay like really flexible on Saturdays, just giving myself some time to breathe and unwind, do a little self-care, meditation, chill for a little bit, not get out the bed as early as I normally would. So even if I wake up at 4 o'clock, I may just lay in the bed till about 7 or 8 o'clock, right? Maybe watch some TV, maybe read a book, whatever it is I feel like doing. That's another form of self-care for me because I'm not up moving around and hustling and bustling like I normally would do Monday through Friday. So again, the 3 areas that you need to focus on with timing is time for self-care, time for momming with the kids, and time for the business, right? Make sure you are allocating appropriate time in each particular area and use the time block strategy, right? In whatever it is you're doing, especially when you are working, right? So typically, like, time blocking is me blocking off 2-hour increments to do a particular task, right? So if I know that there's a task that I'm doing and it's gonna take me 2 hours to complete it, I may block off from 9 to 11, right? Give myself a 15-minute break. Then after that, if it's another task that may last 3 hours, then I'm gonna block off 3 hours for it, right? So on marketing Mondays, I block off pretty much the whole morning, 9 to 1 a.m. for me to create all the videos, content, all the things that I need, right? That's me blocking off adequate time for me to get things accomplished that I need to accomplish, right? But implement that into your personal doing, your personal life. Again, blocking my personal time, 4 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. or whatever, right? That's me blocking out that time so I can just solely focus on my self-care routine, right? So utilize the time blocking strategy just to make sure that you're efficient and effective for your own self and you're accomplishing all the things that you need to accomplish in establishing balance in your life as a mom and a boss. All right, y'all. So hopefully this has helped you all somewhat, so you can, lessen your anxiety and your stress and decrease the feeling of overwhelm, right? Just had that talk with my client and I'm like, I know this is going to be effective for some other people. Let me just go ahead and put this out there, right? So I just had to remind her of our routine, the things that she needs to implement, those things that she's like, yep, let me just get back to habits. And she is starting on that now. So I just want to encourage you all, if you have never done it, do it. If you have done it and forgot about it, get back to your routine. All right, y'all, talk to y'all soon. Next Thursday for Thought Provoking Thursday. Talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.